guys, welcome to another weekly shop update. I guess I'll start this week by talking about the new workbench. It's been 1 week with this bench and it's been pretty awesome. So if you didn't see last week's, I built this new work table. It's a Polk style, sort of adapted, whatever. It's just an easier way to build it. I just didn't put a lot of the features into it. Anyway, obviously one of the main ones is the MFT style holes, which I use all the time. I didn't put any on this side, I mentioned last week, because I was lazy, but also because I didn't see myself using them all the way across the table all the time, and in the first week of using it, I definitely didn't have a need for any of the MFT holes on this side. So I think the one side is just fine, at least so far, but we'll see. I am getting used to having the underneath spots in the table to put tools. Like you notice I still have all this stuff on the top. Part of this design is you're supposed to put that stuff below, so when you get a board up here or whatever, you're not moving tools to put your thing on there, but I've been doing that for years, so it's going to take time to develop a new habit of putting the tools underneath it. Certainly not there yet in 1 week. Otherwise, it's been pretty great. I did put a couple of coats of I don't remember what it was. I had some clear poly laying around from a leftover project. I put that on when I was done, and I don't expect that to last very long. However, I did get some glue on it here and there. I didn't put paper down, I just let the glue fall on it, and it just lifts right off. You can just flick it off with your finger or just kind of rub it and it comes right off. So it may be worth putting that coating back on every year, 6 months or something. But it's pretty nice not to have glue stick to it, so that's cool. So we'll see how it does over time, but so far it's been great. I'm loving it. Alright, then the next thing, I guess you saw the beginnings of this in last week's update. It's come along quite a bit, but I did have almost 2 full days this week out of the shop for doing estimates and quoting and drawings and just the other parts of running the business that sometimes keep me out of the shop. And it's frustrating, but at the same time, that's how business works. I can't keep doing this without doing the estimates and the quotes and customer visits. So anyways, I didn't get quite as far as I wanted this week, but it's almost ready for paint at this stage. What's left is I still have to run all the LED lighting in here. This will be getting lighting under all of the shelves here. So I have to wire all that and test those all out. I have to finish the scriber panels for the ends. There'll be panels here. That's why you notice all this stuff at the end is sort of different lengths and looks like it's not cut, because it's not. It's going to get fit on site. I still have to do the toe kicks, and I'm sure there's a list of little things that I'm forgetting. And then after that, I'll move to breaking it all down and doing all the sanding, roundovers, prep work, and then finally get it painted. So this will have, almost all of it's going to be a cream white color, as I mentioned last time, and then the back panels in here and here, and that one will all be the iron ore dark color, so it should be a nice contrast, especially with the lights. It look pretty cool. This was originally designed for a TV. The client changed their mind. It's now going to be sort of an artwork display section, so probably a large painting going in here. I got the doors fitted this week, so I don't have pulls on them yet, obviously. I still have to make the shelves for the inside, but these are all on. Obviously they're set up for paint grade. It's a maple frame and an MDF center, because they're just getting painted. There's no reason to use maple for the centers. Yeah, that's about it. So it's looking pretty good, coming along. Hopefully next week this will get painted and installed. Okay, so I mentioned doing some estimating work this week. This is one of the jobs that will be coming up. This one's probably a little hard to show in the drawing, but it's a wall, sort of recessed bookshelf, and it's a pass-through wall in the house. Right now, this is where the shelf is just an opening. And so on this side of the wall is their living room over here, and over here is the kitchen. So we're going to put a shelf in, so all the cookbooks are going to go in here, and going to enclose this backside and drywall that in. And then the challenge was, or I guess is, the depth of the wall is only like 6 inches, and that's not wide enough for any kind of bookshelf. So We're going for an 8-inch minimum depth on the shelves. So this is actually going to stick out about 3 inches from the wall. So we were playing with all different sorts of trim designs to make it look like it belongs instead of just a box sticking out of the wall. But in the end, it's going to look like a box sticking out of a wall. That's what it is. So we just have to come up with the best trim option to make it look as good as possible. And the client's happy with this one here. I might try a couple other versions first. But that is one of the things that will be coming up here in the next couple of months. So this is another job that was booked this week, and you might look at this and go, what the heck is that? Well, it's a gazebo floor, and it is not our normal our normal work, I guess. We usually do a few of these types of jobs in the summer here. So, you know, gazebos, decks, that sort of thing. I like to do a couple in the summer to have some time working outside and just sort of mix things up and do something different. So in this case, the client has an existing gazebo and the floor is rotted out, and most of the framing is too. So we're going to go in and jack up the existing gazebo structure and remove the frame and floor from below it and replace it. So it's a fairly simple frame here that we'll be doing, and it's getting Trex decking, so we have to go 16 on center with the joist, obviously the octagon shape, and then right now the way it was designed, it's about a 10-year-old gazebo. The framing sits right on the ground and it's on a concrete pad, so of course all these boards are just wicking moisture and now all rotten. So we're going to put some posts in there that really only need to be an inch or two below the wood, and wrap the posts, and then that will keep it up off the ground, allow for drainage, and keep it from getting moisture and wicking water. So between that and the Trex decking should keep this thing in good shape for a long time to come. So that's another one coming up. I'll try to get some video on actually jacking up and sort of removing the upper structure and setting it back down, because that's going to be fun. This is the last one I will show for this week, but this is a big mess right now. But what we're looking at here is this is part of a larger basement refinishing project that we're doing, and we're doing some under stairs storage for the basement stairs within that space. So the section on the left here, this over here, was sort of the original concept, was just a rough drawing to sort of show with the estimate process. And then you can see what we're going to do is we'll have some drawers in here that are on pull-out slides, and obviously with some doors so you can close it up and all that stuff goes away. So now I'm working out the reality version of what I actually need to build it. And we have also added another section back here. Behind the stairs there is actually more space. So we're going to have another closet section with doors on it here that's going to go on the back side of the stairs, because this is actually all open in that room. And then on this side we will have, again, the drawers and pullouts, and obviously the door structure changed a bit from my original plan, just based on the size of the drawers that we decided we want to put in there. I don't have it completely drawn yet, but you can see it taking shape. There'll be 3 doors, and I think it's 9 drawers. Yeah. So it's going to create a ton of space in there, especially once you add in this whole section. These are all 12 inches deep and about 40 inches across. Oh, sorry, 28 inches across. Don't know where I got 40 from. And again, this just sort of represents the staircase here, and there's a support pole for the house structure that'll get wrapped in drywall here. But it's going to be a whole lot of storage space under there, and it'll look really nice. So that's another one that's coming up as well. Actually, that's coming up in a few weeks. This will be the next one to happen. So pretty excited to build this one. It's going to be very cool.